trail communication setup. Pretty nice. Fits down in that cup holder, nice and snug. Tightens right up, looks clean. No wires, unless you want to run the power wires to it, but them radios run all day long and then some. They're nice and loud. So guys, I made a few videos on these cheap Baofeng UV9S radios. But I wanted to show you guys, as you just saw, our radio setup. And what it is, we got one of these portable radio mounts. It's a cup holder mount. It goes in your cup holder. And this will fit any size cup holder. It fits the Z-Force cup holder nice and tight. You just crank this down until it's snug and it won't move and it won't go anywhere. You just put it down. It's actually at like the perfect height. You can reach down and grab your mic and talk. These mics are super cheap, but they're actually, they don't really feel too cheap. They feel cheap, but not too cheap. I mean, they're no heavy, high quality mic, but they work and they actually sound pretty good for what they are, and they're a little louder than the radio. I don't know why that is. Maybe there's a bigger speaker, or I don't know, but these things actually look pretty nice, and this is a nice universal mount here. Now, keep in mind, I'll have links down below as to where you can get this stuff. And what I wanted to talk to you about, is this cheap programming cable that you need. And you want to go and you want to download Chirp software. Listen, guys, this is so easy. I've actually done a video on it, but I've gotten a little smarter since that video. So I can do this in a little bit more detailed, professional fashion. You plug this into your radio with it turned off. And you plug this into your computer. You open up the Chirp software. You'll turn your radio on. And then you'll go in the menu and you'll select your radio, okay? Now, in those settings, you can change the name, so whenever you turn that on, it could say your name. Mine says Mud Mater, because it's what we call my side-by-side. And so you can change that. You can program it to any frequencies you want. Now, with me saying that, there is laws and regulations and all of that stuff. So this is a DIY at your own risk type situation, and it's for informational, educational purposes only. So whatever you shall do to your radio with your radio on your time, I'm not responsible. Period, plain and simple. If you follow what I do and you get in trouble, that is your fault. Not saying that I do that in the woods, not saying that I leave my radios programmed on the GMRS frequencies. I'm not saying that at all. At all. Sorry, I got something in my eye. Not saying, sorry, I got something in my eye, guys. Not saying that I use GMRS frequencies on my Baofeng radio. And I'm not saying that it's not against the law, and I'm not saying that you can't do it, and I'm not saying that you can do it. But, geez, guys, I don't know what I got in my eye. But, you know, this is for educational purposes only. Okay, so now that we got that out of the way, only. Chirp is super easy. So you're going to open your Chirp program. You're going to go to radio. You're going to go download from radio. You're going to make sure your COM port, that is where your programming cable is plugged into. Now, for the Baofeng UV9S, which is what these are, there's no option in there. So you're going to use Radioddity, and then you're going to select, from the drop down, you're going to select UV-5RX3. That's going to work for this radio, but if you have like a Baofeng UV9R or a yeah, the 9R will work under Baofeng, and the UV5R will work under Baofeng as well, but the 9S not so much, but it's okay because it'll work here. Then you're going to turn your radio on, turn it on 100% volume, click OK. It's going to clone the radio. Your radio is going to go nuts with that light. And there's all of my programmed channels that I use. There's a ton of them. Now you can program this radio. Oh, there's a ton of channels. 127, but I think it goes higher than that. Now, you can go up here to File, and you can go Open Stock Configuration, and you can go over here and you can click. These are all pre put together codes. You can do United States FRS and GMRS channels. You can click that, and if you click that, it's going to program your radio. We'll click that, but we won't program it. You click it, and right here it is. Right here is all of the FRS and GMRS channels. There's 52 channels there. So that is plenty of channels. I won't mention any names because I got crap for it last time. There's a manufacturer that uses these channels, and then they have a couple of licensed channels. Keep in mind, doing this, you need to make sure that you're using the right channels on the correct radio and look at all the laws and all of that. This is for educational purposes only. I definitely don't want to see you guys out in the woods using these under these channels. I got something on my eye again. So then you would just go there. So you'd click that, and then what you would do is you would go to File, and you'd export. And once you do that, it'll program to your radio. Now my radio is already programmed, so I'm not going to do it. I don't want to have to go in and change all of my little tweaks and stuff that I did to make it say my name and all of that. But you guys can do it. But anyway, guys, you can do all kinds of cool stuff. Just play around with it. Don't be afraid to play around with it. You're not going to hurt anything. You're really not. I mean, you just make sure that you program on frequencies that is okay to use, and get your GMRS license and all of that. The family license, I believe, don't hold me to it, it's like $70 for 10 years. It covers you and everybody in your family. So, yeah, I mean, and it's real easy to get. So, it's not hard. And then nobody can hammer on you for using the radios if you're using them correctly and everything. So, hope you guys like this little informational tip. It could save you some money. You could, you and your wife, or you and your kids, you could, you know, if you ride, you could have some safe trail communication. We use these when we travel from parks and stuff, because we have like a convoy of vehicles. There's times there's, you know, 5 or 6 vehicles that are with us in our party, and everybody has a radio. It makes things much easier, much simpler, and much faster than picking up your cell phone and calling somebody while they're driving, because you could just pick up this and just go, "Yo, dog, I gotta go take a leak. First McDonald's we see, we're gonna stop and take a piss, and we're gonna get ourselves a sweet'em tea." Simple and easy. You ain't gonna take your eyes off the road or none of that stuff. So, you know, no texting and driving, but you can TX and drive. Get it? Get it? TX. Hey. Alright, guys. Well, that's it for this one. I hope you like it, and make sure you check out the links down below, because we'll have those up where you can get these radios. And if you're interested in like the ones that permanently install, I'll have links to that. You can you can permanently install these into your rig just like this. You can take this antenna off of here, and you could get the adapter, and you could put a big antenna on your roof, or they make all kinds of different antennas and stuff. You could plug these into your vehicle so they're not running off battery. And then, you know, if this is the only radio you got, you could unplug that, close that, grab that, turn it on, and go. And you got a full battery. You know, they come with a nice dock charger and everything. So you can't beat these for $30 a piece. And if you look, you can get a nice bundle cheaper. So yeah, guys, well worth a shot. Like I said, programming is easy. Don't be afraid. You don't need a fancy computer or anything like that. The only thing you need is a computer. Download the Chirp software, plug in your cable, and do what I told you to do, and you're all set. And it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you have these radios or if you go to Walmart and buy a pack of radios. No matter what handheld radio you have, you're supposed to have a license to operate it. It doesn't matter. So you could have this radio. You could go to Walmart and buy the radios that are on the shelf. Those radios are typically way more than what you'd pay for these, and these are way better. And you still need a family radio service license to even operate those. And I mean, I know there's a lot of people that don't have their license and stuff, but to each their own. I'm not going to sit here and preach at you because I personally don't care. It's FCC, who cares? So do whatever you're going to do on your own terms, your own knowledge, your own risk and everything. So this is just pure information for you. So alright guys, like, share, and subscribe for me. Peace out and God bless.